Yesterday, I discussed Stephen Harper's handling of the wrongful detainment and unchallenged abandonment by his government of Maher Arar, a Canadian citizen, a man who was intercepted by the United States and deported to a third country where he spent a year being tortured while Harper's government sat idly by. Today, I list the options that faced Justin Trudeau on the Omar Khadr case when he took over government because of Harper's precedent. Trudeau's options were: 1. Continue spending millions defending the indefensible, knowing the government would be ordered to pay not less than the same 11.5 million amount paid to Maher, and being told by most legal experts a sympathetic court would award much more, perhaps even as much as 20 million. Or 2. Own up to the fact that the Canadian government, i.e. Harper, failed to come to the defense of a Canadian citizen / child soldier, despite the Canadian government having signed treaties about the handling of child soldiers. Well, that same government left that Canadian citizen to suffer a decade of torture at the hands of a supposed ally without even raising opposition to it with them, and then was forced to offer a settlement at least on par with the amount Harper paid to Maher Arar, the precedent. And it wasn't even for the same level of abuse. Omar suffered longer. No less an expert than Esprit de Corps, a Canadian military magazine, called the Khadr settlement appropriate and just. And when the military says you've got the handling of an enemy combatant wrong, then it's time for people who don't understand enough about human rights, Canadian law, or plain decency to check their opinions at the door. As Esprit de Corps put it, quote, "To call throwing a grenade in battle murder is ludicrous in the extreme. To follow that logic, given that Khadr was shot twice and suffered shrapnel wounds prior to being captured, the American soldiers involved should be charged with attempted murder," unquote. Look, it's easy to be the bait, clicking the feedback loop on the conservative mock outrage chamber, or to be quiet, presuming those claiming Trudeau paid a terrorist millions must somehow know the whole story. But instead, I challenge you to be the voice of reason on this issue. Share the facts, support the rule of law, and plain human decency. Because lies pretend to be facts when you don't dig deeper, and perception is truth until proven otherwise. On this day in 1793, 4 years after mobs stormed the Palace of Versailles, Queen Marie Antoinette lost a foot at the Place de la Concorde. I thought they cut off her head. Oh, foot as in height. What's that in metric? Huh. It's also World Food Day, Dictionary Day, Repair Day, Sweetest Day, Department Store Day, Steve Jobs Day, Bridge Day, and Feral Cat Day. Okay, Trudy, look at this face clearly, okay? No. And that's today's Duza Bear Digest. See you tomorrow.